Hey, how's it hanging, everyone? My name is Tom Leo. Just like every other freaking day, we're back with Master Duel. We're gonna continue our story that we did last week with the Terminal World and the Allies of Justice. Learn more about these amazing tribes that banded together to set aside their differences and fight for a common cause, and that's the eradication of the gross alien worms. Yeah. Before we do, though, there is actually something I want to do first, because I think it's going to be kind of fun. Welcome, Heather Flanagan. How you doing? Hope all is well. Let's get started. Okay. So we'll go into the solo for just a second, but in the shop here, I'm just gonna... So they actually have a couple of things going on right now to celebrate 90 million downloads. 90 million downloads. 90 million people have downloaded this game. And so they're doing this promotional thing where everybody gets like a commemorative thing. Two of them, actually. This one is for... frick, who is this guy? Alistair. Yeah, I forgot his name. Alistair the Invoker. So you can get him for a mate, his symbol, and you get a whole bunch of different cards. A lot of rare, ultra rares. Yeah, I figured why not open these cards and see what sorts of things we get. Because I like opening these I like opening packs, because you never know what you might get. Alright, first one. Sound great. Alright. A few witchcrafters in here. What's volcanic recharge? Shovel the volcanicers in your deck into good. Oh. Okay, maybe that's just like to refuel, I guess? I don't know. Great Sworn. Oh, Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. Arguably one of the worst Red Eyes cards in the entire game. If not the worst. What else we got? Oh, there's a super rare in there. Super rare or higher. Oh. Number 36, Konami Cheto Hyuka. I'm not familiar with this one. Once returned during the first turn, you can detach one XC's when you open this card, then target one face that monster opponent controls, change attack to 0 until the end of this turn. You contribute one Konami monster, then target one monster your opponent controls, whose current attack is different from the original attack, destroy that target. Okay. So it's a monster... It's essentially a monster wiper, I guess. More invoked stuff, which makes sense. This is an invoker. An invoker. They got Alistair the Invoker on that's on the cover, so should probably expect a lot of those. Gimmick puppets. Okay. Oh, we got a couple of super rares or higher. Miracle Contact. And Beer Magic. I see this card used a lot in like Elemental Hero Neo stacks. More super rares. I got a whole bunch of these invoked Augustos. They'd be really nice if they weren't rare. Like, normal and rare varieties, they're like a dime a dozen, and the materials for them are just even all that interesting. If they were super rare, I would definitely care for it. Okay. Oh, we got our ultra rare. What do we get? Ooh, invoked Mikaba. Also invoker and a light monster. Once per turn, when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can send the same type of monster. Oh, I faced against this kind of card before. Get the activation, you do just banish that card. Yeah, I imagine this is going to be... Anyone who plays Invoker is probably going to use that in their decks a lot. Alright, next. I actually did play against this card before. Ooh, another super rare. Oh. Witchcrafter. Another one of those cards. Oh yeah, these are super rares too, so if I get 3 of these, I can break these down and get some more super rares. I've been running a little low on super rares. Or super rare material, I guess I would say. Oh. What do we get? Oh, hey, another Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. That's nice. Okay. Kind of a dud. Oh, another super rare. It's Witchcrafter's card. I have yet to face a Witchcrafter deck. Or maybe I did and I forgot about it, but I don't think I've ever faced against Witchcrafters before, so I don't really know what they're about. Oh. Hey, more Witchcrafter stuff. If I get a whole bunch of these super rare Witchcrafter cards, I can definitely break those down for super rare materials. Hey, nice. Oh, get more stuff. Oh, Horus card. Neat. What's this one do? If you control King Sarcophagus, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. You can only special summon Do Not Blessed of Horus once returned this way. Gains 200 attack and defense for each Horus monster you control. Oh, I've actually played against this card before. If another card you control uses the field blend and opponent's card effect while this card is in your monster zone, you can draw cards equal to the number of monsters with different names. Okay. A nice, pretty beefy draw engine for the Horus deck. Alright. Another dud. Oh, another super rare. Hey, it's the Witchcrafter again. I'm getting a few more of those. Oh, I think we're getting an ultra rare in this one. Yep. Oh, and something else as well. Oh, a super rare. Ah, neat. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a spellcaster monster you control or target for an attack, you can target one card your opponent controls or a Witchcrafter spell in your graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. If you do, return that target to the hand. Okay. Some reusable capability. That's cool. Nice. Yeah. Oh, and I also get a bunch of other stuff as well, including I get Alistair as the mate. I get this symbol. I get this base and this. Yeah, some cool stuff. I only got 2 of those. I only got 2 of these. 3 of these. I mean, I can break these down. I don't think I'm going to be making that kind of a deck, but I don't know. Holy jeez, I got a whole bunch of these Invoker of Madness. 3 of these. Okay, a whole bunch of these. Well, I guess I'm not really care about the rare stuff. Oh yeah, I should probably also mention these. This along with the second one that I'm going to do. It's limited to 1 purchase per player. And it's limited time offers. So in the next 43 days, if you have this game and have the gems for it, I highly recommend it. Because even if you don't get the cards you want, you can definitely break some of those down for materials for the cards that you do want. It's super helpful. Hey, Mr. Noah, how you doing? Hope all is well. Man, water is so weird. It tastes normal all day long, but then you drink it at 3 o'clock in the morning and it tastes heavenly. That's being parched. Alright, this one's a little less, so we get less cards this time around, but hey, they're still worth a pull. Ooh, ultra rare already. Oh, I never got Cyber's Clock Dragon? Huh. I thought I did at some point. Well, that's cool. Oh. Oh. Hide Night Shadow Mist. Dark Fluid. Okay. What platform are you playing this on? I'm playing this on Steam. Oh, Ultra and Super Rare. Firewall Phantom. Demigod of Tristane. Neat. Thankfully, this game is crossplay. Another Ultra Rare. Holy crap. Hey! Singularity. Oh, I have this one already. Alright, still cool. Break that for some ultra rare material if I need it. Okay, another dud. Another dud. What's this Protect Code Talker? I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Your opponent cannot target Link 4 or higher monster to control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by battle. If you control a Firewall Link monster, you can banish Link monsters from your graveyard. Combined Link readings equal exactly 3. Special summon this card from your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Interesting. So you want to use this in conjunction with Firewall Dragon, I'm assuming. We're not getting much out of these last ones. Yep. Okay, super rare to finish it off. And something else. Ah, hey, cool. Code Talker Inverted. If this card is Link Summon, you can special summon one Cyber's monster from your hand to a zone this card points to. Okay. Neat little extender, I guess. New cards. And I get a whole bunch of other stuff as well. None of these I want to break down, except for maybe this one since I already have that. And maybe this one for a super rare since I have one of those already. And this one too, probably. Yeah. Neat. Did I also... I think I also unlocked some new packs. Are any of them, like, free polls at all? No, 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 no. I'm saving this one if I get one more. No, 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 no. No, none of these are free polls. Some of the, like... I think I mentioned this before, but like if you the first time you unlock these secret packs, you get a free pull out of them, which is always nice. But it looks like that's not the case here. All right. So yeah, like I said before, these two. Is there anything else in here? No. So these two things are limited time offer. So. If you want to get some good stuff that you can break for materials, or if you're into the Alistair or the Code Talker deck, go get them because they're a very limited time offer. Alright, now that's done, we'll get back into solo mode and continue our story with the Allies of Justice. has it? No, where is it? Oh, here it is. Alright, this is where we stopped at with the fables. So now we just have these 4 left, plus this one that I have not played before. So, let's continue with the story. Mobile weapons on the field of battle. The battle between the Ally of Justice and the Worm invaders from outer space raged on. The arrival of the Ally of Justice mechanical masterpiece, Ally of Justice Catastroder, seemed to be a turning point in the battle. But as more of the smarter and larger worms entered the fray, Castor alone could no longer withstand the onslaught. It needed to be stronger. It needed to be faster. It needed to be sharper. Something that once deployed on the battlefield could wipe out the worms and still be ready for the next fight. The development of such a weapon was fast-tracked. Engineers worked themselves to the bone to meet the new, more demanding specs. For it to perform as well as needed, they were forced to make it bigger and more complex. The weapon was bestowed with lots of new features, but this also made the development of a sophisticated control unit for such a sophisticated machine all the more difficult. The engineers racked their brains. At this rate, we'll lose. The planet will be overrun with worms. Then one engineer had an idea. Why don't we ask a Gen X to cooperate with us as a central control core? They control the forces of nature like fire and water, and have highly advanced tuning abilities. So shouldn't they be able to operate a big mobile weapon? After some consideration, the proposal was approved. A Gen X spare that had been adopted by the Ally of Justice was then embedded into the mobile weapon. The moment they saw such an enormous weapon move during its first launch test, after incorporating the Gen X spare, everyone involved gasped. How could such a small-looking mechanical being move such a huge weapon all by itself? That's what you wanted, wasn't it? And with that, a huge dominating Ally of Justice Field Marshal was complete for the time being. Alright, let's get into the duel. Looks like I'm first. Alright. What have we got? When this card is normal summon, you can add a level 3 Gen X effect monster from your deck to your hand. That will probably be my starting one. When this card is normal summon, you can add a Gen X and R Gen X from your deck to your hand. Okay. Oh, and these are not once per turns either. Oh, this is gonna get abusive real fast. During your opponent's main phase, if you control a Gen X monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, then immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon a Gen X monster. You can only use this effect of our Gen X turning. Once returned, this card on the field can be treated as a level 1 or 3 monster and used for a summon. Okay, so I want to save that for the opponent's turn. You return one face-up monster you control to the hand, special summon this card from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also gains 500 attack if the return monster was a wind. Did I have another wind? No, but it would just return to the hand anyway. Okay. What's in my extra deck? Gen X monster. You can only special summon. If this card is Link Summon, you can add one Gen X monster to your hand. Once per chain, if a Gen X monster is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can immediately normal summon one Gen X monster. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we got 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, and a bunch of 8s, 7, 6, 5. Okay, so 5's the lowest. Hey, Tatsuki, how you doing? Hope all is well, buddy. Alright. So let's start summoning this monster, trigger its effect. To add, when this card is normal summoned, no. Once per turn, if you control another Gen X monster, you can make this card's name. Nope. This card is normal summoned. I might do this. Nope. Yeah, let's do this one. Yeah. We want this. Alright, and repair will allow us to add another Gen X monster. Oh, it's from the graveyard. Alright, well, this still works. And Gen X controller, if it's added to your hand except by drawing it, normal summon it. And this is where things start getting bonkers. So, oh, do I have a tuner? Oh, I only have one tuner. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's start with this one. Once card's normal summon, you can add a Gen X monster to protect your hand. Okay, that'll work. Once per turn, you can banish from Gen X monster from this attributes. Banish. Is this a tuner at all? No, it's not. And if you manage to tuner, you can treat this as a tuner. Okay, well, I don't have any. I only have one tuner in my hand. If you control a Gen X Synchro monster, just give me this one. So yeah, this thing is not once per turn, so I could just keep summoning like so much. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh wait, I need to be careful. Let's do this one. Oh wait, I do have I have another tuner in my hand. What am I thinking? So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can summon. Nope, can't do that one. Oh, I can summon Field Marshal, I think. Oh yeah, I can summon Field Marshal. Yeah, these are the only 9s I can summon. I might do that just in case. And then, well, alright. Use for Synchro Summon. Earth, Fire, Light. Okay, that's not gonna help. I don't want to go. I'm worried about going big gun because if they manage to do something If they do something that's gonna, like, cause me grief, and I don't want to do that. Screw it. Let's go for it. Seeing more reasons why backseat gaming is obnoxious. The kind of backseat gamer I'm dealing with doesn't seem like he's trying to help, but trying to dictate how I should play the game. Yep. At that point, you just gotta ban them. Because if they're not interested in letting you play, then one controls the monster, you expose them with that monster from your hand and face out of that position. Okay. Should summon a war monster. You tribute summon a reptile war monster by tributing this card. You can supposed to summon this card from the graveyard to your opponent's side of the field. Ah, interesting. Wait. Was that special summoning? Oh yeah, it was special summoning. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay, trying to boost their defense. Alright. Another one. Alright. Let's build up some monsters. Do this one just in case. Or that would give us 5. That might be helpful actually. Oh no, that's not a 1. What am I thinking? So 5, 6, 9. I need dark monsters for that one. That's not gonna help. Well, I can get 5 on the... I guess we'll add this just to be on the safe side. Yeah, there's a lot that you can do with this deck for, like, thinning out your deck to make sure you get the cards you want. So I can do... Okay, I got an idea. Let's make this Kirk's native Gen X controller. Okay, I got a lot of options here. Let's see what's the best we can do. I want to try to summon multiple monsters if possible. Or multiple synchros, I guess I should say. There isn't one. Okay. I got an idea. Let's do this. And then, with Axel's effect, I discard a card and target a level 4 machine monster in your graveyard and special summon it. That card will be... Oh, I thought I could make it. I thought I could use a tuner, but I just remembered I can't. I don't have a level 4 synchro monster. Okay. 8. No. Well, then I guess we're just gonna go for the strongest monster, which is this. Oh yeah, and it's doubled too. Oh, and I can use Birdman's ability. Is there a 7 that might be of use? Wind and dark. Nope, you don't have an effect that does that. Your Gen X controller need. Okay, no. Alright. Let's go straight into battle. I might be able to kill him right here. Draw a card. I got Gen X controller. Neat. Alright, you attack this, whatever that is. What is it? Summon in the graveyard. Okay. That's not as big of a deal as I thought it was going to be. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to kill him here. Oh, I can't attack directly. God damn it. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Alright. This is fine for now. What does this do? Oh, it's banished. Shoot. Okay, well, I don't have much of a choice then. Well. 8, 9. Okay, I think I'm okay. Okay, I'm good. I think I depleted this guy's resources fairly fast. Okay, can't attack directly. That's fine. Let's do... This is also a tuner. Or non-tuner win. Ugh, why are there so many cards that have specific requirements? It makes it difficult to do what I want to do. I think I'm better off just attacking. That's not gonna help you. And you're done. It is. If you ever want to see a deck that like really abuses physics, card mechanics, specifically adding cards to your hand, it's this deck. And adding cards is like such a powerful thing to do, to be able to just add whatever you want to your hand while also simultaneously thinning out your deck, so that when it comes your turn to draw a card, you're most likely to draw a really good card, like one of your combo pieces. Next. After several startup tests, the Ally of Justice Field Marshal was ready to enter the battle. There, it was paired up with a Gen X controller, employed as...
Mr. Platinum! Mr. Platinum! Oh, this is such a beautiful moment!
Thank you, Mike, for showing off 53 months of being a Platinum level member. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. There, it was paired with a Gen X controller, employed as a communication device to translate and transmit orders. The actions of the field marshals were incredible. Despite wave after wave of worms, it mowed them all down. It was like all of the struggle before had been nothing but a bad dream, as the balance of power shifted in an instant. The victories kept on coming. As the new weapon delivered victory after victory, the morale of the troops rose, and to them, the weapon became a symbol of hope. Yet even though the weapon seemed invincible, damage was unavoidable in the midst of combats. Destroyed armor and burnt barrels can be swapped out before dispatch to the next battle. But the core that controlled the massive machine, the Gen X Spare, could not be switched out so easily. While the weapon's exterior may have looked pristine, battle after battle had quietly left the Gen X Spare profoundly and definitively worn out. On that day, two the field marshals stood on the battlefield. At the very strategical important point in one of the many hotly contested areas. The resistance put up by the worms that day were more fierce than ever before. Together, with the field marshal, the allied forces of the tribes and clans fulfilled their duties and struggled on. But a small gap in the formation opened up, and worms swarmed into the breach. At this rate, the worms would likely reach the encampment and the Gen X controller. Did the Gen X do what it did because it knew its first priority was to eliminate the worm blight? Or was it to protect the sole entity it could talk to on the battlefield? The Gen X controller? The field marshal immediately left the front lines and rushed to where the encirclement was broken. Then, using its own massive body as a barrier, it blocked the worm's incursion, risking itself as it attacked with reckless abandon. The battle ended. Oh good, you're back. Okay, so the little bit you missed, the encampment looked like it was about... The Ally of Justice encampment looked like it was about to get destroyed, but the field marshal sacrificed itself to save it. Nevertheless, the losses were great. The wreck of the field marshal's frame was still emitting heat even after the battle. The heat shimmered, distorting the surroundings. The field marshal could no longer move when a small figure approached. When the Gen X controller reached the interior of the frame, it found the Gen X spare lying there. There was probably less than a minute left until it was due to deactivate. Making the most of the precious time it had left, the Gen X spare offered the Gen X controller a single white flower. Once the Gen X controller accepted it, the Gen X spare fell completely silent. Was this leaking coolant? A glistening liquid was pouring out of the Gen X controller's eyes. Poor controller. Alright. I completely forget what this one was all about, so let's find out. The progression of weapon development. The worms have been evolving and proliferated at an alarming rate. To counteract this, the development of a new weapon was rushed through. After the total wrecking in the Ally of Justice Field Marshal during the previous battle, the Ally of Justice needed to consider things in a different light. Weapons embedded with Gen X needed to be tweaked to house the Gen X. So if a Gen X is lost, it's highly portable that the frame would become unusable. The development of a weapon that was designed to be operated by a Gen X came with many risks. To maintain a stable level of military strength, they needed to develop a weapon that didn't rely on a Gen X. To do that, they needed to know more about their enemy, the worms. So the engineers decided to embark on a study of a meteorite that was thought to have fallen from their star system. After some careful and painstaking research, they discovered something new. The substance from which the rapidly evolving worms originated from. What if we could use that as the central core instead of the Gen X? The engineers got to work immediately. To avoid any unsuspected episodes or accidents, the core was provided with several layers of protection. And as a result, they finally managed to complete a prototype. Developed at a high-performance unit, the Ally Mind was also boasted impressive tuning abilities. The onboard experiments showed results that exceeded all expectations and raised the bar for all Ally of Justice weapon performance. Now the Ally of Justice had a new weapon and could do battle with the worms once again. A day when the speed of the worm's evolution catches up to even the capabilities of the Ally Mind is sure to come eventually. But the Ally of Justice still have no other option than to fight until every last worm is eradicated from this planet. Is this more, Gen X? Well, let's about to find out. Okay, I got some Gen X cards, yeah. So we got the controller, we got the field marshal. Yeah, it's literally the same as before. I gotta apologize for not participating last Platinum Saturday. I was mostly going through health issues and was kind of having a mental breakdown because of it. Hey, there's no need to apologize, my dude. Like, your health comes first. You can, when you're good and ready to play, we will welcome you back with open arms. Okay. Once per turn, you select one face up. Once. No, this is not a good card. That and for turn you get that. Okay. All right, so we'll start with this one. I should get a tuner monster, I think, because I don't have another one in my... Well, I suppose I could just grab another one. I should give me this one. We'll have our breaking points. Exactly. Add this back to my hand. Trigger the effect to summon a new Gen X card. Add another one to my hand. Okay, now it's about the point where I would probably need a tuner. So let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 would get me this. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish one monster from your graveyard with the same attribute. Do I have a light? Oh, I do have a light. Yeah, give me this one. Yeah. I want to get the... there we go. Hey, we're getting raided. What's up, raiders? How are you guys doing? Hope all is well. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're having a fantabulous day. Welcome, Twisted J. How you doing? Thank you for the raid. Go check out my buddy Twisted J. Link drop our lovely Starlo Starbot. What were you up to, my dude? What were you playing tonight? Once per turn, you can target up to 6 of your Gen X monsters with different attributes that are banished from the graveyard. You destroy up to that many spells and traps. Don't want to do that just yet. So we're going to call it here. What do you got, worms? This card is normal summon. You can send a reptile worm monster from your deck to your graveyard. That's probably not what we want. Destroy it, yeah. This is why I put a light in there. So now you got nothing. Nothing but 2 spells and traps. But they ain't gonna protect you for long. So let's start with... Oh, up to 6. Okay. So if I remove 2, then I can just destroy his 2 spells or traps. Let's do that, yeah. This... And this. Say goodbye to your cards. And now to finish the job. Okay, I couldn't get a tuner. Dang it, I thought I could get a tuner. Alright, well, might as well summon this one. Banish the tuner, this card also becomes a tuner, but I don't have a tuner in the graveyard. Fine, let's just go for an all-out assault. Alright, this will be enough anyway. Easy swarm, easy deck thinning, and just massive brutality. Batman Arkham City on the PS3. I'm doing a sort of challenge where I can't progress the story without first doing side quests. Interesting. Thanks to the success of Allied Mind, the development of weapons that harness the power of the enemy continued. We must know more about the worms. That unknown substance brought from outer space is more essential now than ever. As that idea began to play an ever more important role, weapons designed for the express purpose of catching worms were developed one after another. Weapons chiefly designed to destroy the worms, but were also capable of capture. A weapon that weakened the worms, neutralizing them and making them possible to catch. Other researchers even embarked on the development of a weapon based on the novel concept of blasting targets into another dimension. That seems problematic for the other dimension, don't you think? It was thought that the completion of such a weapon could instantly swing the war in their favor. Unfortunately, unable to reach the performance they had hoped for, development was ultimately shelved. Isn't it dangerous to try to capture the enemy and use their power against them? And if we commit to this course, won't it only be a matter of time until something happens that we can't recover from? It was no wonder that some of the Ally of Justice were voicing such doubts. All of this is so that we will win in the end. At this point in time, this is the only option we have to keep ourselves in the game. Thus, the substance and information extracted from the captured worms led to the mass production of a brand new weapon. As one model was built after another, its form was gradually optimized, until the completed weapon looked like something that had itself come from outer space. It was all too ironic that it looked so similar to the worms. While the Ally of Justice engineers toiled away, the worms' invasion never let up for a second. Meanwhile, there had been a disturbing development at the site where the Ally of Justice Field Marshal had been destroyed. Could it have resulted from the chaotic state of the earthly realm? Or perhaps from the Ally of Justice dimensional interference experiments? A rupture in space-time between this world and a world of evil gods sealed away in the ancient past. And just like that, the world was plunged into further turmoil. Yup. So basically, it was the Field Marshal's destruction is what broke the barrier between the surface world and the underworld of the fables, or the evil gods. So these guys are now something that the Ally of Justice are going to have to deal with, which, you know, kind of sucks. But it also got me thinking, would they... There's no way they would side with the worms, right? Because the worms just want to take control of everything, and they're practically mindless beasts. So, would they... So would the Fables have to fight the worms as well, or would they try to team up with them somehow? I don't know. There is a huge story at play here and we're only scratching the surface. But before we continue said story, we're gonna take a quick ad break and then get right back into said story. So we will be right back. We're back. And now we will continue the story, learning about the Guardians of the Mist Valley. Which, if you remember, is one of the 4 tribes that united together to become the Ally of Justice. Guardians of the Mist Valley. The Mist Valley sprawls out as far as the eye can see, dividing up the great land. It's impossible to see the whole breadth of it at once due to the ever-present mists. Dwelling within are winged beasts who travel freely along the valley's ridges, and a humanoid tribe who strongly resembles birds. Oh, so kind of like the Rito from The Legend of Zelda. The latter are impeccable warriors, yet do not seek to expand their influence or domain. Their way of life is a proud one. They are respectful to their old traditions and remain in the valley from birth until death. Mist Valley's environment is harsh, all the more so because of the lack of visibility. However, in the era of which various tribes were expanding militarily, it was not uncommon for rivals to make incursions. I'm getting really tired of seeing that buffering symbol. Outsiders had no hope of ever reaching their settlements or even finding their way out. And so, would-be invaders met with an unfortunate end, all while the valley folk went about their everyday lives. The handful fortunate enough, or rather unfortunate enough, to stumble upon a settlement were dispatched by the elite warrior units that were the pride of the valley. On a few occasions, the valley came under attacks from major alliances of barbarians. However, if the bird folk and the winged beasts ever found themselves overwhelmed, they turned to a mist worm. These were colossal creatures that have lived in the valleys since before anyone could remember. Each was a lone creature that circled a fixed route for dozens of years, if not hundreds. Even after all these years, no one has yet found a means to communicate with them, nor worked out how they managed to survive. They can, however, be interacted with. They respond to flutes, whistle-bearing arrows, and certain orbs that emit glaring light. The valley's inhabitants take advantage of these to redirect them. Originally, this was only done to ensure the mist worms did not bulldoze through settlements as they proceeded through their tunnels. But in the era of strife, the valley folk needed novel measures. They used the mist worms to thoroughly obliterate hapless invaders. And so, for many years, Mist Valley remained peaceful. That is until the extraterrestrial invaders arrived, the Worm Menace. Why the hell is it crapping? Stop crapping! That's 3 times it crapped today. Jesus Christ. My God, am I pissed off. Okay. 9, 7, and 3. Okay. It's kind of low grading from what we've been used to. How am I gonna summon these monsters is the question. Turn one other. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna. I'm gonna see if there's something that I can get. None of this is helping. Well, that was nice, I guess. Yeah, this is the only thing I can do because I can't do much in terms of special summoning. Of According to the PlayStation app, I apparently have 104 hours in Master Duel. Goddamn. Once returned for one monster, you control is returned to the hand. You can special summon one monster from your deck. None of this is helpful. Because I can't return anything to my hand right now. I have been given such a shite hand. Oh, finally, I get something good. Okay, I need something that's gonna help me make a comeback. I got a level 3. A tournament monsters at the same level on the field. No, we can only switch one. So this draw 2 instead of 1. Nope, that's not helpful. You're supposed to summon this card, please. And nope. This is once return. Once you return one card to the hand. Okay. And summoning this. I'm not sure what's going to be the most helpful in this scenario. I'm just gonna do this. He's gonna keep a strong monster, but I think this is the better play to like cut off his resources. So now if he bumps his attack, then I can hopefully intercept it. Going in for the attack. There, now we both lost our monsters. You happy? Let's get rid of this. Okay. I think we're gonna do this again. Oh, I can special summon this again. Oh, sweet. Oh yeah, it's not a... I guess it's not a hard once per turn. Works for me. Okay, I can't do that apparently. But it's my only option. Since I don't have a means of actually getting over these monsters. If I need to return it back, then I will. Oh, I hope he doesn't top deck anything good. Okay. Nope, he's attacking. That's a nope. Okay, what's a good card to summon in this situation? I could summon this, but I'm worried he's just gonna collide into it. Oh yeah. Well, I guess it's not that big of a deal. My worry was that he was going to use its effect, but no, I wouldn't have made that big of a difference. Wow, I got two wind spirits. That is amazing. Yeah. So I think we're just gonna go for an all-out assault. Starting with you. And then we'll attack with you. Return this one back to the hand because it's already attacked. Special summon another one. Do this one. I'm going for trying to deal as much damage as possible. And that'll do it. Bam! Jeez, how did I make such a comeback? I'm shocked. I almost became a failure in a nutshell. Alright, well, let's continue the Mist Valley story. With the arrival of the worms from a distant star, Mist Valley's peace began to disintegrate. Countless numbers of them poured into the valley, and the bird folk and winged beasts fought them tooth and nail. However, it was only enough to stay the storm, not to fully eradicate them. The valley remained worm-infested. Its labyrinth, terrain, and pristine mists were supposed to act as defenses, but not with the worms. Unable to get out, they ended up gathering, and they created nests. The valley folks burnt these to a crisp whenever they found them. Yet these nests only seemed to increase in numbers, allowing the worms to launch raids that made it as far as the settlements. It was proving too difficult to pin them down and eliminate them. Despite every effort, the valley folk could not purge these invaders, even with help from the mist worms. They had come to an impasse. The leader of the warriors, Mist Valley Thunderlord, realized the bird folk and winged beasts were outmatched. There were other tribes outside the valley with which they had relations, and he resolved to request their aid. This was how the Ally of Justice came into being. It was a network of mutual aid, and it greatly bolstered Mist Valley's security. Finding nests became a rare occurrence, and the valley folk found themselves with the upper hand on their home turf. However, just as plans were beginning made for an offensive to fully eliminate the worms, Mist Valley withdrew from the Ally of Justice. What could have driven to such a decision? One day, the warrior chief Mist Valley Thunderlord found out about an experiment the Ally of Justice were performing. A weapon tested involved the use of the Gen X, who were voiceless and could not object. Although he kept it secret, this sowed a seed of doubt in his heart about the Ally of Justice operations. He remained silent out of a desire to see the world rid of worms and the valley peaceful again. Such doubts would not have prevented him from fighting on. The stakes were too great. However, there was a puppet master, Fable Raven, who was drawn to feelings of ill will. He amplified Thunderlord's doubts and spread them among the valley folk, sowing distrust. What was Raven's aim? Did he want to give the worms victory by causing the Ally of Justice to disband? Or did he only seek to weaken threats before the Fables launched their full-scale invasion? Most likely, it was neither. Raven took diabolical pleasure in fostering hostility and seeing what fruit could be born. This may have been all that motivated him. In any case, his wicked game dealt a severe blow to Mist Valley. You frickin' dodo. I mean, unethical as it is to use a living being that can't object, you still got a war to win. Mist Valley had become isolated because of Raven. Without aid from the other allies of Justice tribes, a hard fight lay ahead. The worm nests again began to spread until they occupied a fifth of the area. Not even the valley's largest and mightiest creatures, the mist worms, were a match for the worm forces. After a mist worm was defeated, its colossal corpse gave nutrition to the invaders, enabling them to grow and multiply. A second and third fell, and the worm's strength but grew. It seemed they would soon overrun everything. Would the valley folk fight until the bitter end in defense of their home? Or would they flee from the infestation and seek shelter elsewhere? Battered and exhausted, they faced a deep crisis. And just then, there arrived a group of soaring knights, a mighty gale following in their wake. They were the Dragoonity spoken of in legends. Inhabitants of the Dragon Ravine in a distant part of the valley, they had become borderline mythical after years in obscurity. They had ascended to become Dragoonity Knights through their secret knowledge of dragon mastery. Realizing the grave situation the valley faced, they had come to fight. They led the charge and drove back the worms. Inspired by their bravery, the valley folk took up arms with renewed vigor. The valley was swiftly cleared of worms. And once victory was secured, the Dragoonity Knights departed in a flash. They had saved the valley, but that was not all. Their overpowering dragonic aura dispelled the Fable's curse on the valley folk. Having returned to their senses, they were welcomed back into the Ally of Justice, just as the final clash with the worms was looming. Nice. The gang's all back together. I completely forgot about the Dragoonity part of this story, actually. So that probably means we'll get a story in here based on the Dragoonities as well. That might be pretty cool. I like the Dragoonities, actually. Well, I like all dragon decks, mostly. But I honestly, like, Dragoonities were some of my favorites that I was even considering putting in my own deck. Okay, but now that we're all caught up, let's go to the current story for this that I have not played yet. So this will be a surprise to me as well. All right. What stories shall we learn about the other ally of justice, Flamville, the Scarlet Warriors. This is the third member of the Allied Justice that we're learning about. This is a land enveloped by vapor and scorching heat. The intense sultriness makes everything around shimmer, but further down the path, you can make out a buoyant-looking flame.
Well, what? Where the heck did you come from? Huh. Since I've never seen you in these parts, maybe you're lost. Heh. Yeah, that's gotta be it. After all, hardly anyone comes all the way out here. Guess I ought to show you the way. Come on then. I'll tell you all about us Flamville Warriors in the meantime. You arrived at the base for those who wield the flame-infused Scarlet techniques, the Flamville Warriors. They have made major contributions in the fight against the worm invaders. First up, there's our leader and top warrior, Uraquizaz. Strictly speaking, we just like to call him our leader. It's not official. But you would understand why we do. He wields flames incredibly well, with intensity second to none. It has to be said, we're a pretty individualistic bunch, and we tend to just do what we like. Even so, it seems best to have someone who can lead the charge, and Uraquizaz is definitely good at that. Then after him, Commando and Fiend are second in command, unofficially of course. Folks were saying Fiend wants to be top dog, but I don't know about that. Anyway, the rest of us are pretty diverse. Some are draconic, other beasts like, and then some like me resemble humans. Although we all look different and don't even all share the same type, we get along all right. Those plastic worms aren't making our lives easy though. They're pipsqueaks, but their huge numbers make them such a pain. I guess you could say we're getting burnt out.
Boo! That's all I gotta say to that.
You might have started calling the Flamville Asheville instead. And to think, if not for those lousy worms, we probably could have conquered the whole continent by now. No denying it, right? It's pretty obvious we Flamvilles are the toughest around, no? Or do you care to disagree? Come on, tell me what you think.
I like to plead the fifth. Yeah, so every time you complete something, when you start something, you unlock new stuff as the thing goes along. And yeah, this entire progression just shows off what the deck is all about. So we're gonna start with the practice. Hot. What makes the Flamville deck unique? Many of the Flamville monsters have effects that either banish cards from the opponent's graveyard or activate when the opponent has few cards in their graveyard. Take the upper hand by manipulating your opponent's graveyard before setting up to perform synchro summons. So either banishing cards from the graveyard or activate when opponent's cards have few cards in their graveyard. Okay, well, I guess we're about to find out what it's about. Utilize the effects of Flamville monsters and win the duel. Alright, how do we start? Activate unexpected die. Alright. You control no monster, special summon a level 4 or lower normal monster from your deck. Special summon Flamville Guard. Oh, I know Flammable Guard. I know what he's about. Bulky looking thing. Normal summon Neo Flammable Lady. You got it. Activate the effect of Neo Flammable Lady that banishes a card from your opponent's graveyard. Quick effect, you can send one fire monster from your hand to the grave, then target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish that card. Okay, if you say so. And I guess we're sending this to the grave. Get rid of a monster. Banishing a card from your opponent's graveyard has made it possible to activate the other effect of Neo Flammable Lady. Activate these effects of Neo Flammable Lady, which is, if a card is banished from your opponent's graveyard while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can send a fire monster with 200 or less defense from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so more deck thinning. Flameville, Fire Dog to the grave. Do you have an effect? No. Neo Flammable Origin can be special summoned because your opponent has 3 or less cards in their graveyard. Special summon Neo Flammable Origin, okay. Synchro summon Flamvell Uraquiza. Alright. Oops, wrong button. Synchro summon again, this time Ancient Flammable Deity. I thought the whole point was to summon Yokoza. Okay. Banish cards from your opponent's graveyard with the effect of Ancient Flammable Deity. This card is Synchro Summon, banish cards from your opponent's graveyard up to the number of cards in their hand. And if you do, this card gains 200 attack for each card banished. Okay. Activate Rekindling. Special summon from your graveyard as many fire monsters with 200 defense, but banish them during the... Ah, interesting. With Rekindling, you can special summon as many... Okay, yeah, I read that already. Special summon monsters in attack position. So that's literally all of these. Holy shit. The flammable monsters all have 200 defense. Activate the effects of flammable archers to increase the attack of all flammable monsters on the field. Once per turn, you contribute one face-up pyro monster you control. Okay, got it. Yeah. Let's proceed to the battle phase. Attack with Flammable Fire Dog. You. Destroying a monster by battle with Flammable Fire Dog and sending it to the graveyard enables you to activate its effect. Activate its effect. Okay. This card destroys a puzzle by battle and sends it to the graveyard. You can special summon one fire monster from your deck. Okay. We're going with, when your opponent has 4 cards left in their graveyard, this card gains 600 attacks. When your opponent has 8 or more cards in this graveyard, loses. Interesting. Okay. Attack with your other monsters. Alright. Sounds good to me. Bam. Okay. A lot more swarming capabilities with this one. Alright, let's get to the actual duel then. Oh, jeez. What a hand. During each player's standby phase, its reply affects 5 or no. Alright. Well, this is gonna hurt. Alright, we're on a clock here. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon a level 4 or lower monster from your hand. Oh, well that's easy. When this card is special summon, you can target one face, gain life points. Okay, so I can at least combo into a synchro monster. Needs for an attack while you control an ally of justice monster. Okay. Not exactly helpful. If this card is added to your hand except for drawing special summon it, you can only use suspect once per chain, up to thrice per turn. If a monster is sent to your graveyard, you can increase or decrease its level. Okay. Oh, you're a tuner as well. That's... Oh, you're a tuner as well. I have a non-tuner in here? That's level 4. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each pyro monster in your graveyard. Copy special summon must be normal summoned by attributing one flammable monster you control, but you can normal set. Once per turn, you can banish one monster. Okay, this might be a little tricky. Because I've got... Because the only level 4 or lower monsters in my hand are both tuners, and they're not going to be able to help me be able to summon. Unless I could get something. So synchro summoning might not be doable for me. All fire monsters on the field gain 500 attack. Also, all water monsters lose. Oh, that's gonna boost his monster too. If this card is destroyed by battle, no, that's not gonna help. Face-up spells and traps you control cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. You can target one of your banished fire monsters added to your hand, but you cannot activate cards. You cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the same name for the rest of this turn. Shoot, and again, I got nothing to get over that monster. So I'm kind of screwed. Level increase is not going to help me either. Special summon it and gain some life points. It's probably not going to help me though. That's the frustrating thing. Add it to your hand. Yeah, none of these helps me like at all. Yeah. The only issue is that this monster is gonna... This monster will special summon another fire monster to the field no matter what I do. Another freaking tuner! You send this card from your hand to the graveyard that trigger one fire monster against one under attack. That's literally the best I can do. Great. All my effort was just useless. It's almost like a rite of passage when you start one of these things. You're expected to lose. Like, you're just given a crappy hand and just cannot win. Don't even give you a chance at all. That is such horseshit. Alright. So I can go 6. If there is a 6, I can. This is fine for now. I swear to God, if he has a fire dog and destroys mine. Why does this not surprise me? Why does this not surprise me? Again, rite of passage. You have to fail before the game allows you to win. Probably this one. We're gonna... I'm gonna find something that really just will mess you up for your bullshit. For kindling and... Yeah. Let's just do this one, just for the power boost. Boost. Ah, shoot. I wanted up boosting his monster too. End phase. Doesn't have any in its grave, that's not gonna help. Oh my god, is this ever annoying. That's 7, 6, 5. I could summon this monster and then get one of these. Or let's do this one. Okay, I couldn't do what I thought I could do, I guess. I guess I'll go with this, because I don't have any other choice. Because my worry is that if I left those on the field, then they were going to make things very, very difficult to work with. So he's going to destroy... If he attacks... If he's dumb enough to attack... Oh, he did... What? Why didn't he attack? Okay. Hey, Tom, I got a question for you. What is your question? While your opponent has 4 or less cards in their graveyard, this card gains 600. Okay. This one might be pretty good. Nope. We're gonna summon... Yeah, so this card should be able to destroy him because it says it'll, when it battles a non-dark monster, it'll be destroyed. Meaning, anything other than dark attribute, it'll instantly destroy it, so. Boom! Dead. Alright. Now I'm in a better position. Did you like my Batman joke? You know what I thought of your Batman joke. Give me... Yeah, give me this one. What does this do? What the... I don't... What happened? Okay, I need to see what that was. If this card is normal, place 6 counters on it. Once per turn, during your end phase, give control of this card to your opponent. Once per turn, if you control this face-up card with a counter, if control of this face-up card counters, roll a 6-sided die. Remove as many counters from this card as possible. Up the result, and if all the card's counters are removed by this effect, destroy this card, and if you do, take 2,000. Oh, so you just luckily rolled into a 6. See what I'm saying? It just... pure rigged. So, you like burn damage? Take all the burn damage, bitch. I don't. I actually didn't read the response to it. No, you definitely did. You responded to mine. Wait, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is gambling? Oh yeah, there's a lot of... There's cards with coin flips and dice rolling. Oh, one other thing I should point out, when you do these duels and such, you have the option for using a loner deck, but you also have the option of using your deck as well. So if you want to complete this entire path, you have to do all these duels except for the practice one with the loner deck and the and your deck, your own personal deck. But I think this is good enough to showcase the flammable deck, so we're just going to finish the story. And I plan on playing the other in my off time, so it's not going to be all that interesting.
The battle with the worms has been heating up lately, and things aren't looking too hot for us. Oh, did you know us Flambills are with the Ally of Justice?
Yeah.
Actually, we were involved right when it first started up. These days, no one bats an eyelid at fighting alongside other tribes, and we even help with stuff like making worm-crushing armaments. For instance, the Ally Salvo, which is this floaty, rolly thing. And when it makes contact with a worm, kaboom! Since it's got flammable flames sealed up inside, it can explode and wipe them out. There's all kinds of components, both big and small, that we help to build. In other words, it's basically thanks to us that the Ally of Justice are doing as well as they are. Although, now I hear there's a problem with fiends swarming out from some rift. Happens to be right where the Jiraka live.
Jiraka? Jirak?
You know, it makes me feel a little sorry for the Jirak. Then again, they're a fire tribe like us, so I'm sure they can take them down. The worms are right on our doorstep, so all our focus needs to be on them. Oh, so you know where to go now? Yeah, you ought to be fine if we part ways here. Alrighty then, I'll be seeing ya. Don't go losing your way again.
The Jiraka. Or the Jirak, I guess. Hey, new card pack. Can I get a free pull from that? Nope, no free pull. Well, shit. If I remember correctly, Jirak is an archetype of fire dinosaurs. So, is it possible that we're also going to be getting a story built around them in the terminal world as well? That's interesting. So, there's three different stories that I think they have an opportunity to expand upon in the terminal world. Because we've gotten 3 of the 4 original tribe members of the Ally of Justice. We had the Earth X-Sabers, the Wind Mist Valley, and now the Fire Flamvilles. The only one of the original members that have not been added to it is the Water tribe of the Ice Barriers. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting those sometime soon. But now they've also brought up Dragoonity and Jirak. So I'm thinking there might be a potential to put those 2 in the terminal world as well. And again, I completely forgot that Dragoonity was also in this particular story, which is kind of interesting, but it also makes sense. They're mostly based around synchro monsters as well. And they're wind monsters, so obviously that's their connection to the Mist Valley. So yeah. But until then, that is the end of our story. Next week we will go back into playing with you guys, or if another event is going on, we'll do that as well. But for now, we're just going to call it here. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the stories. I didn't really get a whole lot of opportunities to show off the stories because when I was mostly just practicing with the stories, and I already knew what was going to happen in it. And I've been wanting to do Flamville for a while. It's like, it might make for a good stream someday. And I was like, yeah, let's give that a go. And sure enough, I was right. It was good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, if you guys are interested in if you guys are interested in me doing more of the solo mode as well, let me know. There's a whole bunch of other stories that have yet to be told. Some are quicker, some are longer. There's another really long story in here that is honestly very heartbreaking, and it's one of my favorites. But if you guys don't want me to do solo, well, I don't know. I feel like I might do solo at some point if I get pushed too hard, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Anyway, thank you guys for coming on out. Hope you all enjoyed your time here. Let's give thanks to the people who made this stream the best stream possible. Shout out to our buddy Twisted J for the Twisted J raid. If my mods could drop a link to his channel in the chat one more time, that'd be greatly appreciated. And I think we just have our gold and platinum tier members. We have Ash as our gold member, and we have Ashley, aka Little Ball of Fun, Mike Flanagan, Gum Monkey, Zero Justice, Daniel Perez, Heather Flanagan, and Top Secret Yoshi as our platinum members. Oh hey, you know what else I also forgot to mention? For those of you that didn't check out our Discord, my Discord messages in both fan and official server, today is officially the 12th anniversary of the Tom Leo YouTube channel. My God, where did the time go? That's crazy. Anyway, it's time to find us a raid target and call it a stream. I think we'll go raid this guy. Oh my god, these goddamn ads. Alright, I got us our target, and it looks like we're gonna be coming in on something epic. It says in your About Me section, this channel was made February 21st of 2012. How the hell does this make it 12 years? Maybe it's referring to like the first video I ever uploaded to my channel, which I don't know when that was made. Because you can make an account, but if you like put videos on it, then it's an actual channel. Hey, what's up, Hedgehog Man? I know I'm late, but good evening, Tom. Good evening. Welcome. And feel free to join us in on the raid. And that person that we're raiding is Domestic Fishy, who is currently playing some Smash Ultimate. So let's go raid him by using the hashtag LeoRaid to let him know where we all came from. But guys, that's going to do it for this streaming vid. Let me know in the comments below what other games you'd like me to play. But until then, I'm Tom Leo. You've been Weasley Fans Atlas People, and I'm signing off. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next stream. Peace.